Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women and other people around him to fulfill
freak-off parties, which have become part of a federal sex trafficking case against the rapper.
And that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our...
I actually went to a Diddy lingerie sex party, freak-off party in Miami.
Facing yet another lawsuit.
Despite the federal charges levied against him,
said, "I won't hold my breath yet." Next, Serena Williams said, "And now I hope justice is finally..."
Diddy and his lyrics over the years. In his diss track Kill Shot, he jokingly blamed Diddy for
From shocking allegations to wild parties, Diddy's scandals are still raging, and now Jeff Witk has exposed the most outrageous thing he saw at his infamous parties. The shocking revelations have drawn Hollywood's biggest names. If you thought the scandal couldn't get any crazier, Jeff's story will make you wonder how deep this rabbit hole goes.
His sexual desires. Diddy's freak-offs were allegedly fueled by a criminal enterprise who forced others into sex trafficking, along with forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. With the help of his deep network of employees,
he went behind the walls of one of Diddy's scandalous parties.
I saw live sex happen that night, and that's the first time I saw that happen ever in my life.
P. Diddy.
About P. Diddy.
You went to one of his parties.
Yeah. Crazy party.
And he's in the news now because of all the scandal.
And they didn't believe me. But when it started coming out, people were like mentioning me like, you were telling the truth about it. And I'm like, duh, I'm not gonna lie about something.
Fans and insiders were shocked when Jeff Dupp revealed his experiences at Diddy's parties because the New York rapper has been accused of a number of things lately, but this most recent revelation from Jeff paints a troubling picture of what may have been happening behind closed doors.
When he was 20 years old and witnessed people having sex in a Miami mansion. Jeff reveals these details on the September 29th episode of the Jeff FM podcast.
I had a realization that I had been to a Diddy party. Actually, I swear, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I actually went to a Diddy lingerie sex party, freak-off party in Miami at a mansion. It was like 8 stories high, and it just kept going up, and the higher you went, the weirder it was going on.
According to Jeff, he attended the party around 2010 after scoring an invite through an acquaintance who had...
In an astounding interview, WTK, who had up until now been largely silent about his interactions with A-list celebrities, finally revealed what he had seen: appalling behavior that went well beyond the typical Hollywood party.
At a mansion, it was like 8 stories high, and it just kept going up, and the higher you went, the weirder it was going on.
Today, a new eyewitness surfaces claiming he went behind the walls of one of Diddy's scandalous parties.
I saw live sex happen that night, and that's the first time I saw that happen ever in my life.
Stunned by what he saw and experienced in Miami, comedian Jeff Witk is sounding off on his Jeff FM podcast.
And did I partake? No, but I got drunk there. It's just crazy. Like, I was literally there. I lived through it.
While Diddy waits for his sex trafficking trial to begin, his attorney says he will take the stand.
Wags, Diddy's attorney says he can't wait to testify. For what? For what purpose? To blow people up or to exonerate himself?
Look, Diddy has maintained his innocence all along. For him to take the stand is a huge...
He claimed that what he witnessed at Diddy's well-known parties exceeded the border into outright criminal activity, with live sex acts and other activities taking place in front of
phones, because they know what we see in there. You know, it's he can get in trouble, like right now. So basically, we arrived, security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So as we're in there, the only way of us taking any type of pictures is if we get in the photo booth. He has like a Team Love photo booth or whatever. Take like 4 pictures. So I, got pictures. I still got everything in my Snap too, like of the photos, everything. That's all you could get. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was like recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house. Cause the freak off is inside the house and in the backyard. So you have the pool and they're playing loud house music. Like, Mark, the house music, it makes you feel kind of woozy, first of all, because it's like a rave or something. Dun, 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 and it's real loud. So you can't really see nothing, but you're seeing everybody like walking around drunk, hopping around. It's still 7 a.m. So the sun is like coming up and people are walking around naked, period. Let's get into it. They're walking around naked already and they're in the pool skinny dipping. And they're drinking mimosas in the pool, but then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, you know,
And it doesn't end there. Diddy is already the target of other accusations. Witk's account might intensify the pressure on the troubled music tycoon. Let's examine what Jeff said in the outrageous revelations from his most recent podcast episode that have everyone talking. When Jeff Witk disclosed information about the crazy parties he frequented at Diddy's estate, people were taken aback. He compared the setting to something out of a movie, a lavish, extravagant place where anything goes. However, what really stunned everyone were his accusations that people were performing live sex acts in front of other guests at these parties, with Diddy allegedly either turning a blind eye, or worse, actively encouraging the behavior. Music which clarified that it wasn't just your typical. He claimed that these parties evoked a more sinister sense of Hollywood excess, as if morality and boundaries were suspended once one entered. He acknowledged that he was uneasy and even shocked by what he saw, noting that some attendees, including well-known celebrities, seemed utterly unfazed by the outrageous activities. Following several allegations against Diddy, many of which have rocked the entertainment world to its core, this revelation comes as fuel to the fire, and things will only get worse for the
civil allegations against Sean Diddy Combs have continued to pour in. One new lawsuit filed in New York State Supreme Court accuses Combs of assault and abuse over a 4-year period, starting in fall 2020.
The suit, filed September 27th, alleges that Diddy repeatedly assaulted the woman, identified as Jane Doe.
The unnamed plaintiff alleges that Combs forced her into non-consensual relations and recorded their encounters without consent. She also claims the rapper impregnated her, but says she later lost the pregnancy. The lawsuit also claims that Combs and his team intimidated and controlled her through threats, emotional manipulation, and surveillance. The acts allegedly continued until July 2024, months after Combs' Los Angeles and Miami homes were raided by Homeland Security agents, and shortly before his arrest in New York City. The lawsuit also includes claims against rapper Young Miami, who the woman says carried out threats on Diddy's behalf.
Jane Doe says she's endured trauma, financial injury, and physical injury at the hands of Diddy, and is seeking an unspecified amount of damages.
Diddy denies latest allegations concerning youths.
We are following breaking news right now related to music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Major new allegations today of sexual assault and exploitation by Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs' attorney has once again denied all allegations of abuse, especially those involving youths. This comes following the announcement of a pending lawsuit with 120 new victims.
He has had over 3,000 individuals reach out to his law firm in Houston, Texas, that he and his team have been vetting these claims, that now they are representing over 120 accusers.
Attorney Tony Busby, representing the alleged victims, revealed that 25 of those who have come forward say they were minors at the time of the incidents. The purported crimes spanned over 25 years, with many said to have taken place during, quote, audition.
Queen Latifah first declared, "I won't hold my breath yet," and now, like Serena Williams stated, "I hope that justice is eventually served next." LeBron James remarked, "It's crazy, I had a weird feeling that today was the day the feds will catch Diddy next." He was listening to Mo Money Mo Problem in the vehicle earlier today. According to Aubrey O'Day, justice serves to provide closure and give us the opportunity to start a new chapter. Women never get this, so I feel validated that today is a victory for women everywhere, not just for me. Things are finally starting to change. Drake stated he anticipated what would come next. Under a post, Rihanna wrote, "Karma, good or bad, what you put out comes back to you." She also stated that it comes for everybody, and Lizzo concluded by saying, "Finally, to fans." Delight Diddy was lastly taken into custody at a New York hotel on unspecified federal charges, following months of claims made against him by people you wouldn't think to be involved in such scandalous behavior. He refrained from disclosing the identities of those involved. It is implied that more famous people from Hollywood are involved in Diddy's issue than we may have thought.
served. Next, LeBron James said, "It's crazy. I was bumping to Mo Money, Mo Problem earlier today in the car, and I had a weird feeling today was the day the feds will catch Diddy." Next, Aubrey O'Day said, "The purpose of justice is to provide an ending and allow us the space to create a new chapter. Women never get this. I feel validated. Today is a win for women all over the world, not just me. Things are finally changing." Next, Drake said, "Knew this would happen." Next, Rihanna left a comment underneath a post that said, "Karma, good or bad, what you put out comes back to you." In her comment, she said, "It come for everybody." And finally, Lizzo said, "Finally." To fans' delight, Diddy has finally been arrested after months of people making allegations against him. He was arrested in a hotel in New York recently on unspecified federal charges as a result of raids on two of his properties in Los Angeles and Miami. This follows months of serious allegations against Diddy for doing terrible things to women. Cassie has come forward and filed a lawsuit against him, and fans were immediately on her side. They slammed Diddy for his actions and were disgusted when a woman came forward and accused him of trafficking her when she was just 17 years old. Fans are horrified by Diddy's actions and say that it is such a shame that he let money and fame go to his head. They say that he sets a terrible example for people and they want to see him punished with the maximum sentence. Celebrities seem really glad that he has finally been arrested, and a lot of them seem to think it's been a long time coming. One fan said, "It's about time. Diddy's been getting away with terrible things for far too long. It's good to see that justice is finally catching up with him. I hope this sends a message to other powerful people who think they're above the law." Another fan said, "I'm getting tired of all the celebrity pile-on. It feels like everyone's trying to get their 2 cents in. Let the legal system do its job and stop with the public shaming." For this video's comment question, are you surprised he has been arrested? Before you go, be sure to give this video.
Jeff's decision to come forward at this time is noteworthy because of his extensive platform, from his involvement in social media and podcasting, and his revelations will undoubtedly spark further discussion when more information regarding Diddy's alleged wrongdoings becomes available. The WhatsApp account raises more concerns about the extent of the scandal and adds another layer to it, but WhatsApp Diddy's parties are under investigation for other reasons than just revelations over the years. Several insiders have made claims about what goes on at these infamous events, hinting at drug use, coercion, and other dubious activities that were routine behind closed doors. However, Jeff's first-hand account of witnessing these things happen in real time is one of the most concrete pieces of information we've received thus far.